Berlin invited their former citizens to come back to Berlin. They wanted to establish a Jewish community again. And I was invited because somebody else dropped out. And because they were going by age at the time and we were still younger. And I called my husband. He was at the time in Kentucky. They said if we could go in a month, we could go to Berlin. So I called my husband in Kentucky. I said, you got to come home, we're going to Berlin. So we hustled to get our first passports and we went to Berlin. And it was very interesting. The wall was still up. It was 1970 something, 78, 77. The wall was up. Some buildings were still not rebuilt. The Gedächtniskirche was still partially there, not all the way. I went to my old home, and we went down. Well, I tried to find it, so I went down Ulandstraße, the way I used to go to school, and it wasn't easy to figure it out because they renamed the streets. And I did come to our house. A lot of the houses were bombed out and either rebuilt or still in rubble. But the house that I lived in was still there. So I went in and I walked up the stairs to our apartment. I was going to knock on our apartment, but I couldn't get myself to knock on the apartment. I stood there like that and I couldn't do it. Then I went on the side. There was a door that you went down to there was a little garden area where you went down. My mother used to go down to beat on the carpets and things. And I used to go down there to play in the sandbox and stuff. And I tried to go down there. And I heard my mother's voice so clearly shouting, "Geh doch nicht da drunter, Kindchen." And I couldn't go down. I went the first step, and then I heard my mother calling me, so I obeyed. And I left. My husband didn't come with me. I don't know why, but he wouldn't come with me.
What else do you remember from Berlin, from before the war?
The zoo. I loved the zoo. And when we were in Berlin, we went back to the zoo because I said to my husband, I got to go to the zoo because I wasn't allowed to go to the zoo all those years. I want to go to the zoo. And the big hippopotamus, we went around there, and he decided to stand at the cage end and pee. Big stream. And the monkeys were adorable, as usual. The big apes, it was so amazing. The cage was so clean. And they had a little table in there with little children's chairs. And the monkeys, they fed them. They put out a bowl of fruit. And the monkeys sat down. And the one monkey put his arm around the caretaker. And they ate. They were so nice. And we really enjoyed the zoo. And then we went to the KaDeWe. And one woman took me for a sales lady and wanted to buy something for me. My husband got a big kick out of that. And we went up to where they sell all the foods and different things. They have a big display of everything there. Fish swimming in tanks. And sausages hanging from the ceiling. All kinds of stuff.
But Hamburg, first time this time after
What?
the war. So Hamburg, this is your first time in Hamburg after the war.
A different?
First time in Hamburg after the war.
Yeah.
Now.
Yes.
And
Yes. Very different. The only way I remember Hamburg was in rubble, with things flying out of the sky, burning. It was a bad, I don't even know where we were. We were in streets that were all torn down, where we collected the big pieces of cement and brick and stuff. But wasn't like this. It's beautiful now. It's a beautiful city, and it's got beautiful greenery, and the flowers are gorgeous. Everything is blooming so pretty. I love flowers.
is there anything else you would like to add, to say?
No,
For
I
all
would like to come back some more time, but I don't think I can. I'm too old for this travel business, but it would be nice to come back and see Berlin again, and to see Hamburg, a little more of Hamburg and Berlin. But I don't think it's in the books anymore. Because every year I get older. Instead of going backwards, I should go backwards. I still got things to do, so. But what you gonna do?
Okay, thank you very much for this
You're
interview.
welcome. It was my pleasure.
Thank you.
I wish the world would learn. That's all I can say. People should, when I talk to the kids, I always emphasize the fact that hate is a terrible thing, and you got to get together with people. You don't have to love them, but get along with each other. Learn to compromise, learn to be together. Make it a better world. I hope that some of the kids they do ask good questions a lot of times, so some of them might grow up to be leaders and make a better world. I sure hope so.
Let's hope so. Thank you.
Okay.
So
When I was a baby with my mother. First school day.
Which year was this?
Hmm?
Which year was this?
1933.
Mm-hmm.
10 years old, going to private school.
So this is 1938, right?
Before
Okay.
30, 35, 36, 37, 38. Being deported from Germany.
Just a second.
Komm, ich brauche noch einen Moment, kleinen Moment. Alles gut, lass gleich liegen.
Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Yep.
I have pictures of my grandkids now. They look very much, there's a lot of resemblance. 1945, being liberated in Bergen-Belsen. Being taken to Sweden on a hospital ship.
Which year was that?
1945. 1946 in the hospital in Sweden.
Which one is you?
That one, I think. That one,
Okay.
middle one. Now here's another one. Hospital in Sweden.
Do you know any of the other people in the photo?
No, this was a group that was in that room. Graduation from nursing. Marriage.
Just a second. Just a second. Mhm. Soll ich das? So what is in this photo? What is in this photo?
What's in the photo?
Yeah.
Marriage. Our marriage. August 26, 1951.
Okay.
Be 64 years.
Yeah.
My 4 children. Might as well add this one too.
Okay.
And my 4 children and my 4 grandchildren.
Okay,
Is that it? Yeah. That's
gut.
okay.
Hat sie eigentlich die Frauen immer wieder getroffen, die Mädchen, mit denen sie in Hamburg war? Wie viel?
Nein.
Hast du gefragt, ne?
Do we get a copy of this sometime?
Sure. Das ist normal hier. But it's, everyone got a copy from his own interview.
Do you know what format it will be in? Do you know what format it will be in?
Format. DVD, PAL, or NTSC, what do you need?
No, I was just curious. Whatever is good is good.
Okay, do you do that?
Or maybe MPEG 4 for MP4 QuickTime movie sometimes,
Yes.
something like that,
Yeah,
if you
Yeah.
like.
that would be good.